Hey everybody, new school comic book reviews. Okay, a really small stack this week, so let's just jump into it. First, I have Limbo #2, written by Dan Waters and art is by Casper Wingard. This basically is kind of a confusing issue a little bit. Basically, we have our hero in New Orleans. He's this sort of investigator or whatever. And this particular issue has some weird thing to do with him going into the TV set. He puts on an old VHS that has some sort of supernatural spell on it. And he enters the television set and he goes into this kind of psychedelic TV dreamscape world. And just deals with the weirdness there. I pretty much kind of enjoyed it. It was kind of fun. It was strange. Here's the bad guy. He's the Tele Shaman. Look at him. He's kind of floating there with no lower half and wires sticking out of his body and stuff. It's weird and it's strange, but it was enjoyable. I liked it. It was pretty much fun, pretty crazy, pretty out there. There's all kinds of weird stuff going on. This guy shows up. If anybody remembers the early 80s, this guy's obviously a parody of Max Headroom. So, just kind of crazy and out there. But yeah, I kind of enjoyed it. So yeah, it was fun. Uh, I Hate Fairyland #2 by Scotty Young. Just more craziness, more silliness, more violent, over-the-top humor. I guess the Queen of Fairyland just gets together with the other residents and they decide they really have to do something about our hero. So they devise a plan by introducing another young girl, and that supposedly will give them more reign to bring harm to her. And yeah, and that's very basically just all that happens. Like I said, it's crazy, it's funny, it's over the top, and I kind of enjoy it. It's pretty much a one-note joke type comic. So, I mean, I really don't see Scotty Young doing like 50 issues of something like this. But if we get a solid, 10 to 12 issues out of it, with just a solid beginning, middle, and end, I think I'll be happy. Also, the colors are really great in this comic. The colors are by Jean-Francois Belleau. I hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, it's actually, if nothing else, it's a really good-looking comic book. So there you go. Stray Bullets, Sunshine and Roses #10 by David Laffin. It seems like we're getting closer and closer to the big job, and we see Beth all wired and almost blowing the gig because she goes to get supplies while she's all high on speed. And dude is like, you know what? We're not going to pull this plan off if we're drunk and high all the time. And of course, Spanish Eddie knows something's up. So yeah, pretty gripping, and I'm really interested in seeing what happens when we get to the conclusion of this story. And We also have Squadron Supreme #1, written by James Robinson, penciling is by Leonard Kirk, and the inking is by Paul Neary. The premise is basically, well, there's two premises going on. One premise, for people who don't know, the Squadron Supreme is basically Marvel's analog of the Justice League of America. Now, the gag in this particular comic is there's been various versions of the Squadron Supreme appearing in various different comics for different story reasons and whatnot. And in this particular thing, we have the Supreme is basically made up of different individuals from different types, different worlds who are all together. And I found that idea intriguing, but part of what this is all about is because of what's been going on in Marvel Comics with the Inssurgents and um, Secret Wars and whatnot, their worlds have all died, and now they're stuck on the Marvel 16 world, 616 world. I'm sorry, and they decide since they're stuck here, they're going to protect the Earth by any means necessary. And in superhero comics, that usually means they're willing to kill anybody who gets in their way. Their first mission is to go after Namor and the people of Atlantis because Namor purposely blew up a world during New Avengers excursions to prevent it from crashing into the 616 world. And basically they just think that Namor went too far and he has to pay. And not only does he has to pay, Atlantis has to pay. So basically they really built in this idea that not only does the squadron is the squadron willing to kill people, they're also willing to inflict collateral damage if it furthers their goal. I'm not giving anything away by telling you that they actually managed to kill Namor in this very first issue. I mean, Marvel's already spoiled it, so but I think it was an interesting to do to kind of set up about how far they're willing to go. Like I said, not only do they kill Namor, they also destroy the city of Atlantis. Now, supposedly they let people evacuate the city first, but like I said, there's this whole interesting thing going on here. With these aren't just heroes who are willing to kill; they're willing to, like I said, if collateral damage occurs, oh well. So I'm interested in seeing if it just kind of. I'm interested in how far that James Robinson is really willing to deal with the implications of that, because now we're dealing with characters who aren't really heroes in real life. These characters would be called terrorists, you know what I mean? And I'm really interested in seeing if James Robinson is really willing to deal with the kind of moral implications that he's built into the premise. Okay, so that's it. Like I said, didn't get too many new comics this week, but that's it. I got to thank you very much for listening, and you all have a great day.